Hi friends, Sunil here. Welcome back to this channel. In this video, we are going to write a program to generate Pascal's triangle. Pascal's triangle is a triangular arrangement of numbers that gives the coefficient in the expansion of any binomial expression such as a plus b the whole raised to n. It is named after the 17th century French mathematician Blaise Pascal. Now, as we know, the expansion of a plus b the whole square is a square plus 2ab plus b square. Here the coefficient of this expansion are 1, 2 and 1, which are nothing but the elements in row number 2 of this triangle. These are the row numbers. So, row number 2 is having these elements 1, 2 and 1. So, row number is the power of the expression here, that is this 2, and the elements in that row are the coefficient of this expansion. Now, in the expansion of a plus b the whole cube, we are having the coefficients as 1, 3, 3 and 1. So, the row number 3 here corresponds to the power of the expression, that is 3 here, and the elements in that row, that is 1, 3, 3 and 1 are the coefficients of this expansion. So, Pascal's triangle can be used to arrive at the formula of binomial expansions. Now, we will see some other properties of this triangle. The sum of the rows gives the power of 2. That means here the sum of the rows is 1 plus 1, and power of 2 means 2 raised to the row number, that is 2 raised to 1 is 2, which is the sum of that row, elements in that row. Similarly, the sum of the elements in row number 2 is 2 raised to the power of row number 2, that is 2 raised to the power of row number 2 is 4, which is the sum of the elements in the row 1 plus 2 plus 1, that is 4. Similarly, 2 raised to the power of 3 is the row number, 2 raised to the power of 3 is 8, which is the sum of the elements in that row, that is 1 plus 3 plus 3 plus 1 is 8. Similarly, 2 raised to the row number 4 is 16, which is equal to sum of 1 plus 4 plus 6 plus 4 plus 1. Now we will see another property, that is magic 11s. Here each row represents the number in power of 11. That means row number is 0 here, and we are having 1 in the triangle, we are having 1. So 11 raised to the row number is 1, equal to 1. Similarly, 11 raised to the row number 1 is equal to 11, which is 11 here. That means this 11 represents 11 raised to the row number 1 is 11. So 1 to 1, this number is represented by 11 raised to the power of the row number, that is row number 2. We get 11 raised to 2 is 1 to 1. Similarly, 1, 3, 3, 1 is represented by 11 raised to the power of 3, which is the row number. 11 raised to the row number 3 is 1, 3, 3, 1. Similarly, 11 raised to 4 is 1, 4, 6, 4, 1, which is the number here 1, 4, 6, 4, 1. But when it comes to row number 5, here we are having 1, 5, 10, 10, 5 and 1. But here we are having 1, 6, 1, 0, 5, 1. The numbers are different. That is because here we are having double digit numbers. So when we are having 2 digit, we carry over the digit in the tens place and add it to the previous number. So here this 1 is this 1 here, 5 is this 5, and the digit in the units place is 0, that is this 0, and the digit in the tens place we have added to the previous number 10, so this becomes 11. Now the digit in the unit place is 1 here, that is this 1, and the digit in the tens place is also 1, which is added to the previous number, so 5 becomes 6, that is this 6, and this 1 is this 1. So for the next row we are having this 1 here, this 6 is this 6, then in this 2-digit number in the unit place we are having 5, which is this 5 here, and the tens place number, that is 1, we are adding to the previous number, that is 20, so 20 becomes 21. So now the digit in the unit place is 1, that is this 1 here, and tens place number, that is 2, we are adding to the previous number, so 15 becomes 17 now. So the digit in the unit place 7, that is this 7, and digit in the tens place, that is 1, that is added to the previous number 6, so 6 becomes 7, that is this 7, and this 1 is here, that is this 1. Now we will see another property of this triangle, that is Fibonacci series. So in this Fibonacci sequence, each number is the sum of the two preceding numbers. That means this number 2 is the sum of two preceding numbers, that is 1 and 1. So similarly 3 is the sum of 1 and 2, 5 is the sum of 2 and 3, 8 is the sum of the preceding numbers 3 and 5, 13 is the sum of 5 and 8, 21 is the sum of the preceding two numbers, that is 8 and 13, and so on. Now in this triangle, when we draw diagonals passing through the number, here this diagonal is cutting the number 1. We write 1 here. The next diagonal is also cutting the number 1, so we write 1 here. Then this diagonal is cutting the numbers 1 and 1, so we add these two numbers. So 1 plus 1 is 2, that is this 2 here. Then this diagonal is cutting 2 and 1, so 2 plus 1, 3. We have to add these numbers, 2 plus 1 is 3. Then the next diagonal is cutting 1, 3 and 1. So 1 plus 3 is 4 plus 1, 5. That is this 5 here. Next diagonal is cutting 3, 4 and 1. So 7 plus 1, 8. Then this is cutting 1, 6, 5 and 1. So 1 plus 6, 7 plus 5, 12 plus 1, 13. And the next diagonal is cutting 4, 10, 6 and 1. So 14, 6, 20 and 1, 21. So these numbers corresponds to the numbers in the Fibonacci sequence. 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13. 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13. So this is another property. Now we will see how the elements in this triangle are related to one another. Now here in the very top row, it consists of a single one. The next row consists of two ones. And every row after that has its leftmost and rightmost digit equal to 1. That is this one, this one. And every element in between is the sum of the two elements directly above it. That is, this in between element 2 is the sum of the elements directly above it, that is 1 and 1. Similarly, 3 is the sum of the elements above it, 1 and 2. This 3 is the sum of 2 and 1. This 4 is the sum of 1 and 3. 6 is 3 plus 3. And 4 is the sum of the elements directly above it, that is 3 and 1. And so Pascal's triangle continue indefinitely. Now we will go to the program. Before going to the program, we will see how the logic in the program works. So in our example, we are taking only the first 4 rows of the Pascal's triangle. Here we are having this nested list P list. The values of this list are generated in the program. So in this nested list we have this outer list, that is the outer square bracket, and 4 inner list, that are the inner square brackets. P list 0, P list 1, P list 2 and P list 3. Now each of this inner square bracket is a row in this Pascal's triangle. So this inner square bracket is the topmost row. This list is the next row and so on. Now we will see how to generate the values of the list in the program. So here I am accepting the number of rows from the user, which is a non-negative integer. I am storing in variable n. Then here I am declaring the P list, that is this P list here. Then in this for loop for I in range n. Now in our example we are taking the number of rows as 4, so n is 4. So for I in range n means I in range 4, the value of I will start from 0 till 3. Then here inside this for loop I am appending an inner list to this list. So that is this inner list I am appending to this P list. And after that I am appending 1 to P list I. That is the value of I is 0 now. So to P list 0 I am appending 1. So this is P list 0. So I appended 1. Then the control will come here to this for loop. For j in range 1 to I, the value of I is 0, which is less than the start value, that is 1. So this loop will not be executed. For the loop to be executed, the end value should be greater than the start value. So the control will come here. It will check if I not equal to 0. So the condition is false because the value of I equal to 0. So it will not execute this statement. It will come back to the for loop for the next iteration of I. The value of I is 1 now. So it will come to the statement here and append another inner list to this P list. So it will append another inner list. Then it will append value 1 to P list I. The value of I is 1 now. So to P list I it will append value 1. So here we have appended 1. Then it will come to this for loop for j in range 1 to 1 because the value of I is 1. So range 1 to 1, both the values are same, start value and end value. So it will not execute this for loop. It will come here. It will check for this condition if I not equal to 0, which is true because the value of I is not equal to 0, it is 1. So it will append 1 to P list I. So to P list I means the value of I is 1. To P list 1 it will append 1. So that is this one. Now control will come back to the for loop for the next iteration of I. The value of I is 2 now. It will append another inner list. So that is this inner list. Then it will append value 1 to P list I. That is to P list 2 it will append value 1. Then it will come to this for loop for j in range 1 to 2. So starting value is 1 and the value of I is 2 now. So ending value is 2. So this for loop will iterate one time for the value of j equal to 1. Here we are having this formula. So the resultant after the calculation will be appended to this P list I, that is to P list 2. So we will apply the values of I and j to this formula here and get the values. So now the value of I is 2 and j is 1. So 2 minus 1 is 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. Then 2 minus 1 is 1 and this is value of j is 1. So p list 1 0 plus p list 1 1. So p list 1 0 is the 0th element of p list 1, that is this 1. And p list 1 1 is the first element of p list 1, that is this one. So 1 plus 1 2. This value 2 will be appended to p list I. The value of I is 2 now. So to p list 2 this 2 will get appended. So to this p list 2 will get appended. Then the control will come here. It will check I not equal to 0. Yes, it is not equal to 0. The value of I is 2. So to p list 2 it will append 1. So it will append 1 here. Now the control will come back to the for loop for the next iteration of I. The value of I is 3 now. It will append another inner list to this. So it will append another inner list. Then it will append 1 to p list I. The value of I is 3. So to p list 3 it will append 1. So that is this 1. Then for j in range 1 to 3, that means the value of j will start from 1 to 2. So 2 iteration of j will take place for values of j equal to 1 and j equal to 2. So here the value of j is 1 and I is 3 now. So I is 3. So we are into the first iteration of j. So the value of j is 1. So j is 1. So I is 3 now. So 3 minus 1 is 2. 0. Then here it is 2. Value of j is 1. So 2 0. So p list 2 0 plus p list 2 1. P list 2 0 is this 1 and p list 2 1 is this 2 here. So it is 3. So this value 3 will get appended to p list I. The value of I is 3. So p list 3 it will get appended. So it will get appended here. Now the value of j becomes 2. So I is same. The value of I is 3 and j is 2. So it is 2 here. 2. So 3 minus 2 is 1. 2 minus this is 1. And this is 2. So p list 2 1 plus p list 2 2. P list 2 1 is this 2. And p list 2 2 is this 1. So 2 plus 1 3. That value will get appended to p list 3. Then the control will come here. It will check for the value of I not equal to 0. It is not equal to 0, it is 3. It will append 1 to p list 3 here. Basically, by using this I minus 1 in the formula here, we are accessing the values of the previous list and then adding those values to obtain the value in the current list. For instance, when the value of I is 3, this I minus 1 will give access to the previous list, that is p list 2. Then the values in the 0th and the first element of p list 2 are added by iterating this j loop. So 1 and 2 will get added So that is how we obtain these 3 in the current list. Similarly, the next 3 here is obtained by adding the first and the second element of the previous list. That is, by adding this 2 and 1, we get this 3. So now that we have generated the values in this nested list, we will see how Pascal's triangle is printed using these values. So here I am printing that generated list, that is P list. Then here I am having 2 for loops. These for loops are for printing the triangle. The outer for loop is for the rows and the inner for loop is for printing the columns within the rows. So now in this outer for loop, for I in range 4, n is 4 because we are having 4 rows here. So for I in range 4 means the value of I will start from 0 and it will go up to 3. Here I am printing 3 spaces into n minus I, that is 4 minus 0, that is 4. So 3 spaces into 4 means 12 spaces will be printed here. Then for j in range 0 to I plus 1, the value of I is 0, so 0 plus 1 is 1. So range is 0 to 1. So the j loop will get iterated one time for value of j equal to 0. So in this print statement here, I am printing p list ij. The value of I is 0 and j is 0. So p list 0 0 will be printed. And p list 0 0 means the 0th element of p list 0, that is this one. That will get printed here. After that, here I am printing a line. Then the control will go back to the for loop for the next iteration of I. The value of I is 1 now. So 3 spaces into 4 minus 1 is 3. So 3 spaces into 3 means 9 spaces will get printed here. Now the value of I is 2. So value of I is 1. So 1 plus I is 2 here. So range will be from 0 to 2. That is, j will iterate 2 times for values of j equal to 0 and j equal to 1. Now the value of I is 1. So p list 1 0 and p list 1 1 will get printed. So p list 1 0 is this one and p list 1 1 is the next one here. That is this one will get printed here. Now after that, the control will go back to the outer for loop for the next iteration of I. The value of I now is 2. So it will print 3 spaces into 4 minus 2, that is 2. So 3 into 2, 6 spaces will get printed here. The value of I is 2. So 2 plus 1, 3. So range will be from 0 to 3. So 3 times this j loop will get iterated for values of j is equal to 0, j equal to 1 and 2. So here it will print p list 2 0, 2 1 and 2 2. P list 2 0 is this one, 2 1 is this 2 and 2 2 is this one. Then it will go back to the for loop for the next iteration of I. The value of I is 3 now. So 3 spaces into 4 minus 3, that is 1. So 3 into 1, 3 spaces will be printed here. Then in the j loop, the range will be from 0 to 4. That means 0 for j value 0, 1, 2 and 3. This loop will be repeated. So it will print p list 3 0, 3 1, 3 2 and 3 3. So this is p list 3 0 is this one, 3 1 is this 3, 3 2 is this 3 and 3 3 is this one. And after that it will go back to the for loop. Now the value of I is 4 and n is also 4. It will come out of the for loop. Here we are having this end is equal to space, that is for printing the numbers in the same line. And here I am having this value 6, that is the spacing between the numbers, that is for the space here between the numbers. Now we will execute the program. So here it is asking for the number of rows. I am giving 4 here. So this is the generated nested list, and we have printed the triangle using the values in this list. Now we will comment the list. We will execute it again. Now I am giving the number of rows as 6. So 6 rows are printed now. Now we will execute again. So we are printing 10 rows now. So that's it for this video now. Hope you enjoyed this. If you like this, share it with your friends and subscribe the channel for future videos like this. Thanks very much.